Hello, Aquarius North Node. This is Samara, your feminist alchemist. Welcome to your reading for the October new moon into the November new moon. This is a general reading, so the messages may not resonate with everybody. Take what strikes a chord with you and let the rest float away on a cloud of fairy dust out to whoever in your North Node collective needs to hear those messages at this time. If you're feeling this reading, give it a like, a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe and click the bell to be notified when I upload, which is in and around every new moon. So, what is the North Node? It's not your sun sign. Must be clear about that before we get into things. It is a mathematical point in your birth chart that signifies your source of soul expansion in this lifetime. It tells us where it tells us where our growth opportunities lie. Right. And it's a calling that once we accept and heed the call, we can find more soul fulfillment than we actually have imagined for ourselves, because it really pulls us out of our comfort zone and exposes us to new opportunities for new experiences that help our growth. I do have a short video that covers the general meaning of the North Node, as I've been guided to understand it. Plus, you can check out the specifics of your North Node sign explained in depth by YouTube astrologer Astro Finesse. Both of those links I've posted below in the description box. There's also a link to the extended reading. It's called Everyday Alchemy and Practical Magic. It's about a 20-minute video where I consult the divine about the tools you can use to support you on your North Node journey for the month. And we look at crystals, herbs, essential oils, colors, and more. I also channel affirmations that you can use as personal mantras for the month. All right, and with that, we will get the reading started. If this is your first time at my channel, welcome. I'm not in my usual settings at the moment, actually. I am on the road, so I'm kind of doing a makeshift setup. But the reading stays the same. I'm going to start with the universal energies, highest frequency energies that are being filtered down to you at this time, Aquarius North Node. And then I'm going to look at the 5D, how that translates into the 5D energy, into your intuition, your higher self, and synchronicities that are popping up in your life, what your soul is just reaching out to you to say at the moment. The 3D energies I'll look into, they show what type of life situations are showing up for you right now that are offering you opportunities for expansion. And then I'll pull some cards to ask the divine how you can bridge the 3D and the 5D, how you can reach a higher vibration at this time. And then I will look into, this month I'm looking into ancestral messages, callings through your bloodline and your lineage that may be coming up to be cleared through you, or something that you've been tasked with through your ancestors, or maybe just messages of support. We'll see what comes up. Last month I looked at more of the Akashic records, soul memories, and what's in your karma. But this month my guides instructed me to let the ancestors speak in this reading. So I'm going to start with the universal energies. I'm using the Path of the Soul deck by Cheryl Lee Harnish. Aquarius North Node, universal energies. Okay, I think that was, this one's for sure. These are slippage. No, they want this top one as well with that one. No, there. Oops. See what the rest of them are saying. No, they want all of them. So, and they go like this. Like that. Okay. So we have fertile, healing with intention, boundless, inflow, and Chenrizi manifestation. So they're telling me that you, right now, the energies that are coming down to you are one of, well, fertility. It could be a child. Some of you may be trying to have a child, but for a lot of you, this is like more of a project of, something that you're trying to create. You're creating the groundwork for a new reality for yourself. Healing with intention as a healing energy that's coming down to you to clear that pathway and help you better create that groundwork. We have boundless, which is an energy that helps you remove any boundaries, any self-limiting beliefs, or anything in your aura. They're telling me anything in your fields is actually what they're telling me. So anything in your vibration that is hindering you. Which for some of you is an ancestral or a karmic shadow, let's say, blockage. Inflow is an energy that is helping you navigate this healing and removal of boundaries. And then this is kind of out of the camera here. Chenrizi manifestation is at the end of it all, of this cycle of energy, is this ability to manifest positive thoughts and joy. So this energy is an awareness of the power of manifestation, especially using your, well, we'll see what they are saying. You're using, are you using the more active and thoughts, or are you using, I'm getting that it's more, this is why they're getting the energy of clearing up your vibration. This is why that energy is coming to you. So it'll be a more vibrational manifestation, like adjusting your vibration to align with what it is that you are trying to create here. Yeah, and that's all they want me to say about that. They want me to get down to the 5D right away. So, okay, they're asking me to give you a little explanation of why we're even looking at universal energies and what that really means, instead of just being, some jargon, some esoteric jargon that has no practical application for you. It is, there's energies all around us at all times, and there are just certain ones that when we're in a certain vibration or we're in a certain place in our life, we tap into. There's different streams of energy available to us, and other ones that we just don't even recognize at the moment. These are the ones that are then your soul and your higher self is reaching towards, or is coming down from the divine to meet you in order for you to grow. So it's filtering down from the universe, and your higher self is interpreting that as somewhere it wants to go or something it wants to integrate. And it shows up as situations in your 3D life that you are meant to make, decisions in, have reactions to, triggers, and how you act and move through that situation will determine, what amount of growth or what you're able to integrate at this time. So that's why I go through the 3 levels of energy. So in the 5D, what's showing up for Aquarius North Node in the 5D? This is your higher self. I mean, your higher self could be much higher than 5D, but I'm looking at the 5D aspect. which one comes first. Not that. This is synchronicities, intuition, sort of like inner naggings. This is a big stack of cards, so it may take a little while for them to point me to what they want to say. Feel free to fast forward unless you're enjoying this ASMR experience. Sorry about that. There was a knock at my door. I think I want this one. Oops, not that one. This one. There's another. Oh, so your equal and opposite sign is Leo. So your south node is in Leo. And they got multidimensionality and joy as well. I need one more. That one. Divine Feminine. I think they want another, actually. Oh, they say no, that's good. Okay. All right. So we have realization, universal love, multidimensionality, joy, allowance, and divine feminine. Okay, so just side note, these cards are from 2 decks that I blend together. You can see here, it's a big stack. It is the Sacred Geometry of Relationships mixed in with Sacred Geometry Activations by Lon. So this is all Sacred Geometry. And the first deck, Path of the Soul, is Fractal Art. So seeing that you're being awakened to a lot of things inside of you that have been holding you back, that you didn't necessarily interpret as anything that was holding you back, because it may not be that it's like super negative or, you know, vices, bad habits. It's just a way of thinking, a way that you've become accustomed to thinking for protecting yourself, actually, that it's now, because you're trying to establish this new life, they're coming up now more as blockages than they were on your previous path, in the previous chapter of your life. Universal love is coming in as, you know, a acknowledgement of the fact that love is all around you. So I'm getting that some of you, you know, are having struggles in your interpersonal relationships that are particularly causing you stress, strain, and causing you stress and strain in a way that may not have in the past. You may have been able to be more aloof in the past, but your calling as an Aquarius North Node is like a community kind of calling. So things that you used to, let's say connections that you used to be able to do without, that's now becoming more important to you that you do have these connections and that they're healthy. But universal love is coming in, that the love is going to start within you, and then you'll attract the right people towards you. And as part of building this new reality that you want to build for yourself is, there's people who are going to be let go, situations, habits, lifestyle choices that may start to fall to the wayside because they don't resonate with the you that you want to become, right? And part of what can bolster you and support you through that process is tapping into a higher vibration of love that comes from your guides, that comes from the divine, however you see the divine. Multidimensionality. Now, I read this one way for your opposite and equal sign, which is Leo. So you are a Leo South Node. Now, I'm getting a sense from this multidimensionality card that you're working out being an individual while functioning in a group, or some of you, it's a family dynamic, actually. It's like, how do you be a supportive and active member of the family while still maintaining your uniqueness? And this is the message of, your uniqueness is exactly what you're supposed to be contributing. And your soul is wanting to maintain its uniqueness, but be valuable and have the support of a group, of a collective, if you will. But first and foremost, there's the reminder that these interactions, as much as possible, should at their core be joyful. So, there's a difference between tending to a relationship that you feel obligated to and tending to a relationship that you actually really value for the core of what it is, right? Because there's always ups and downs and conflicts and moments that you are not in harmony, let's say, as people grow and evolve. But at the core of your relationships, do you enjoy that person's company? Are you grateful for their presence? Do you feel looking for the word? They're giving me the word enlightened, but so maybe there are some people that you want to learn from, but they're not the nicest person. I'm getting that some people have a teacher that is very hard for them to bear, but for the sake of the knowledge, they're sticking around. But they're saying that the soul, can you find joy in that? Number one, somehow. And number two, if not, then, teachers always give much more than just knowledge. And relationships always give much more than just companionship. There's an understanding now that the vibrations that the people around you are carrying are affecting you, and they may be affecting you positively or negatively. And they want you to become aware of that. And with allowance, this is also an energy of allowing people to be how they are, just as you want people to allow you to be the multidimensional, multifaceted, unique being that you are. So giving them that allowance, having that allowance in your vibration will attract those people, the people who will reciprocate that to you, that will attract them into your life as well. Divine Feminine, this is I'm getting part in this spread, that it's relying on your intuition, nurturing, being nurtured, receiving. And understanding your connection to the divine, which it says kind of on here, connection to the cosmos. But I can't remember exactly the translation of namaste. The light in me sees or acknowledges, honors the light in you. I think that's what it means. And this is what the divine feminine is calling out to me right now. So not only are you recognizing the divine within yourself, but you're recognizing the divine within other people, which facilitates you being able to create healthy relationships with them. And also, if it's not really the dynamic of relationship that you're looking for, whether it's work, school, mentor, mentee, friendship, how you can transmute that through your own vibration of the Chenrezig manifestation, or how you can release them with grace and well wishes. So I'm feeling there's a lot of resistance in terms of feeling that part of a group will be the end of your independence. And this struggle to balance the need for independence with the need for camaraderie and affection and intimacy, whether romantic or not. I'm seeing if there's any other ways that this can be interpreted, or maybe other members of the collective, with the Aquarius North Node collective. They want me to stick with that, so yeah, I'm going to move to the 3D and see what else comes. Which one came first? This one? The Star. Justice. This feels like exactly the same spread I had for someone else. I can't remember who. I don't know. This one just kind of stuck to my hands. And the Magician. All right, so you have the Star, Justice, Death, and the Magician. This is the Tarot of the Divine. I just pulled the major arcana from the deck to see what the major situations are that are going on in your life that are meant to support your soul expansion, even if you don't necessarily see it that way. But yeah. So I see you in a situation really where it's like you want to be the star, but the dynamic for some of you is at work. It's like you're not recognized in the way that you want to be recognized. And this feeling of wanting / needing to be recognized, it's actually one of the things that is holding you back from having balanced relationships. I'm seeing a need to be right as well. And I see you they're giving to me that there's some people that you're painting in a negative light because they're not treating you or giving you what you need. Obviously, if this person is treating you badly or abusive in any way, you don't necessarily need to look behind the curtain and have compassion for them in that way. But there is a need to, when people show you who they are, believe them. That's the saying. And it may be some of us, like we always see, for example, I see usually deeper into the person than they see themselves. But you have to be aware of the person that they want to be. So even if they could be a better person, the person that they want to be. So that's a message specifically for somebody that you're really trying to find out why you don't feel like the star or you're not being treated like the star. And for some of you, this is a very painful experience. It may be even more painful than you acknowledge to yourself because the recognition is very important to you. And with the Magician card, I'm seeing that some of the strife that you're feeling around not being recognized in whichever unit or community this is reflecting is, you are manifesting it. And you actually may be very good at what it is you contribute. I'm sure you are. The Magician is, a master manifester. They're very active. They're a doer. They make things happen. So it seems that you're struggling with all of your gifts being, not being revered in the way that you would want them to be or that you crave. And they're saying that this need for recognition, besides it just coming from your Leo South Node, which means in some past life, past experience, you were a leader, shining star. You're used to being in the spotlight. It feels very natural to you. But there is some healing. Oh, sorry. Door is ringing. Sorry about that. So I was saying, there's some healing to be done in and around the divine feminine and feminine aspects of yourself, receiving and not always doing. There's something in the need to receive, to nurture, to use your gifts in service as opposed for attention. That's not meant for everybody, but there seems to be somebody who needs gratification through receiving attention and praise. I mean, we all like to be complimented. We all like to feel like that we're valued by the people in our lives. But this seems to be an energy around, doing things for the praise as opposed to doing what is just comes naturally to you and being praised for that. And there's some blockages as to wanting to be a part of a group and share praise with others. Like the healing with intention card and the boundaries card just really is yelling at me. And they have more to reveal. Okay, temperance, is it in reverse? Temperance in reverse, sorry. Makeshift setup on my travels here is a little precarious. Okay. So temperance in reverse. So now I'm pulling up what, that's a lot of cards. So we have the Knight of Pentacles and the King of Wands. The Two of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, and then am I moving to the next one? No, they have a lot to say down here. The Ten of Swords in reverse and the Chariot in reverse. Oh, no. The Chariot is being, the Chariot goes here. Okay. Wonderful. Now we got our story here. So how to navigate this situation. So this month I've been getting a lot of more, let's say, the underlying energy of situations rather than pointing to like specific scenarios for people. So this energy is all about, why do you need recognition? And your motivations behind that. And it's about creating your new reality, what you should be taking with you, and what you're working through letting go. Temperance in reverse here. In the upright, I feel like temperance is all about, because you see the angel wings, like temperance is all about co-creating and trusting in the divine. Now in the reverse, especially by the star here, I feel that in this case, the reverse is signifying that you're blocked off from the divine in some way. So they're saying to me that some of you out there are very much in your ego. And it's blocking you off from the love that's available to you, and realizing, and you're having trouble even like realizing that that type of energy is what's blocking, slowing down the creation of this new reality that you want to build. Some of you they're saying that some of you are going it alone when you don't have to, and it's making the transition harder. Some of you are too proud to accept help, or you're not good at delegating. I find that funny because I'm not great at delegating either, but I got the word micromanaging. So there's also some of you that like people want to help you, but they find it hard to help you because of how you act in a team situation or in a collaborative situation. So they want you to look at, between you, the divine, and other people, how you feel that relationship maps out. Like if you were to draw a hierarchy or draw a diagram of how do we work together in that situation, like, or in situations, what would that drawing look like? Is it a flat hierarchy? Are you at the top? Are you in the middle? And the key here with the universal love card is that, and the realization is that you realize that we are all on this, like, humanity is all one and all divine, although not everyone is expressing it. That's the case. And that will give you a little bit more of a basis to smooth your relationships and have easier interactions in your relationships. Now, the Knight of Pentacles is, they don't expect you to make these changes and to plant the seeds for your future like all at once, especially the Knight of Pentacles coming together with the King of Wands. It's like knowing exactly when to take charge of a situation and when to step back. Being slow and steady in your progression to building this new, they gave me the word empire. So it's maybe some of you are doing a business, but some of you are really transforming your lives. And some of you, even if the transformation seems small, it's going to make a huge difference in your joy factor. They want you to be sovereign in your actions and be accountable for how you act in situations instead of blaming the person on the curtain here. Blaming other people for your actions, reactions. It's all on you right now. You are the master of your own energy, which is also what this Chenrezig manifestation card is trying to tell you with happy face. So in the Two of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ten of Swords, I'm just going to sit with this for a second. They want you to choose wisely in your actions. Usually this defines like two very separate paths, but for me with the in combination with the Ten of Swords in reverse and coming under the Death card here, it's like choosing how you see people and choosing how you act towards them. So they're saying be mindful of trying to manipulate situations, but manipulate people's actions or reactions. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for, can you start looking at things from a perspective where you're choosing your action for the highest good of the group, but also something that at the end of the day makes you feel fulfilled and joyful. You have to start mediating your thoughts and judgments of how people should be and what they should be doing. Because the Ace of Pentacles here is this is what will come in once you clear up your judgments and biases of people that you're in close collaboration with at the moment, or the people that you will be collaborating with. Your foundation is meant to be a collective one. It's you're growing it together, even if you're not working in direct contact with each other or working on the same project. There are people that are meant to give you gifts, and the gift of support, if you allow them to be themselves and reveal their gifts to you, even if they keep giving me this example of like someone that you think doesn't work up to your standards, or that just annoys you, or you think is one example they also gave me is someone who you think is embarrassing in certain situations. Like, I don't know, they make corny jokes at corporate mixers, or, but even if other people are looking at them and saying, oh, they're corny, it's like, could you look at them differently and be like, maybe they are, but it's part of their charm, or there's so many other things that are great about them. Like, why am I focusing on the one thing that annoys me, or, rubs me the wrong way about them, Because they're saying that you need to be more in touch with the heart of the situation, or the heart of people. Ten of Swords in reverse. I may need to sit with that a second, because it's not speaking to me as loudly as I would like. So with the Ten of Swords, I am seeing that it may be with people that you've been associated with for a long time. So if this is family, for example, can you release your negative feelings about your family and let the dynamic change? If it's at work, this is all about releasing. It's coming over allowing, releasing past judgments. Yes, there is an element of, being informed by past experiences, but are you giving people space to reveal themselves to you in new ways? Because your perception needs to be open to people being more than the box that you've put them in. The Chariot in reverse is, I'm getting, quite literally slow down, because the Divine has some, you have the Knight of Pentacles, which is a slow moving knight, right? And the King of Wands, who is like master of his actions and right action, they're well thought out and strategic. So the Chariot is asking you to slow down. As enthusiastic as you may be about this new life you're creating, you have some stuff that you need to unpack from your Chariot if you're going to move forward, because it's too heavy. And a lot of it is judgments about people and some heaviness in your ego that requires validation and acclaim. It's not a bad thing to want to claim or recognition. But if it's getting in the way of you actually getting what you want because you need to be collaborative, then it's a problem. It's It's something that you need to find balance within, which is also the Justice card. And so I'm getting with the Divine Feminine here that you actually need to soften up some. And this healing with intention is exactly that, being more empathetic and compassionate to people and going with the flow of, learning how to interact with people in a new way. One where you're not telling them what to do or giving them unsolicited advice or judging them. I hope I'm not being too harsh. I'm just saying how they're saying it to me. And that's the divine. So when the ancestral messages come in, they're usually much more direct. So I'm just saying that up front right now. But it's all with love. I make sure that I ask for it to be. I don't let anyone in this space who does not have your highest good in mind. So we're checking out what the ancestors want to say. This is the Ashotele deck by Akamara Tarot. I'll read them after. I need 4 cards. It's this way. And 3 cards at the end. Okay. I'm going to apologize right off the bat because I don't know the pronunciation of all of these cards. I am still getting accustomed to the deck, but my guides wanted me to use this deck specifically, even though it's pretty much right out of the box right now. So if you follow any of the spiritual traditions in this deck and I mispronounce it, I humbly apologize. This is the Jack of Hearts. Ijoya Ife, Prince of Love. If the moon loves you, why worry about the stars? And then we have Key 0, which would be the Fool, Asheo. When the roots are deep, there is no reason to fear the wind. Key 7, which is the Chariot, again. Idagba, the elephant, does not limp when walking on thorns. And we have 3 at the end here. Jack of Spades. I don't think I'm going to try to pronounce that, but it's Prince of the Mind. You cannot lean on air. Ibukun, Blessing, 9 of Hearts. He who wakes up early in the morning receives a bundle of blessings. And King of Clubs. Oba Ina, King of Fire. Divided we are sand. I like that one. So, in the Prince of Love, I'm getting that. So what we're saying about, because it comes right by universal love and the fertile, a new pathway for you. If the moon loves you, why worry about the stars? This is like, I got two messages there, so I'm going to try to be clear with them. The first one was you don't need to look for recognition from outside of yourself when the divine already knows and loves you deeply. Yeah, and the second is, don't seek approval from people whose opinion is not really valuable to you. So you can't be everyone's darling, is the other saying they gave me. So, this energy I didn't feel necessarily present in the beginning, but I'm feeling that some of you with this fertile, creative, new life that you're building for yourself, new project, it's stalling a bit because you feel that you need approval, like external approval of your plans. And this ancestor is saying, no, you don't, because it's divinely guided. And in that case, you don't really need to listen to anybody. And if you're tapped into the actual vibration of love and divine inspiration that is in this fertile energy that's underlying your new project or your new reality that you're creating, then the people who will recognize and contribute and support, they will show up. So this is definitely like in relation to the temperance in reverse, because they threw my eyes over there, that you need more connection to your divine team or to divinity, period, in yourself, in others, and also reverence to them in some way. This is the Fool. When the roots are deep, there is no reason to fear the wind. And this is coming over your healing with intention. Again, I'm getting like a message of not basing your self-worth in any type of recognition from other people, which may be difficult for you. But when you are so sure-footed in yourself, right, then there's no reason to fear critique or no reason to fear that, like, when you're not overtly recognized in the ways that you would like to be recognized, that your contribution is somehow not valued. So I'm getting for some of you, like, this is really deep rooted in your childhood and with your relationship with your mother, who you seem to seek approval from. I understand that can be a very general statement, because who doesn't seek approval from their parents? But this was really like, they're giving me like the picture of, they're showing me a kid in a pageant, a little girl in a pageant. So like your worth to your mother or to your female parent, whoever raised you, someone that was important to you and whose love you wanted, they required like overt expressions from you in which they praised. But other than that, they didn't praise you just for being yourself, like just for being a lovable soul, their child, their, unique and divine creation, their offspring. You know what I mean? It's like you were always rewarded for what you did and not just who you were. So this is that's what the divine feminine healing that's coming in is for. This Chariot card, the elephant does not limp when walking on thorns, with the boundaries and the inflow. It's like, this is a reminder that you're just basically, you're saying like a spiritual giant that in waiting. So when the challenges come, which there will be, And it may sting a little bit to work through some of these aspects of yourself that you have clung to as part of your identity. But your ancestors are reminding you that, you are completely capable of breaking down these boundaries, going with the flow, and just crushing those thorns on your way. As soon as you allow that need for approval not to hold you back, or you don't cling to that as part of your identity anymore. And they want me to point out to you as well that how you judge others is usually how you judge yourself. If not, you judge yourself even more harshly, but you kind of use the same criteria. So if you're looking at how you judge the people you work with, the type of things you say in the back of your mind, or if you talk behind their back, I hope you don't, but we all do sometimes. All of those little things of how you judge people and their worth and their value, if that is exactly how you judge yourself in the mirror, and more than likely even more harshly than that. So you already know how you are to yourself, and they want you to change that behavior towards yourself and towards other people to clear this pathway of creation for you. Jack of Spades, Prince of the Mind, you cannot lean on air. Nine of Hearts, he who wakes up early in the morning receives a bundle of blessings. And King of Clubs, which is King of Fire, divided we are sand. So, and this is all by the Chenrizi, manifestation and joy. And this is a reminder that thoughts become feelings, become actions, become things. So they want you to not just intellectualize this reading. They want you to walk the walk, talk the talk. That's what they're saying. So almost immediately after you've seen this, and it may feel uncomfortable, just try to be different. Try to be more understanding, more compassionate, more try to lean into the divine feminine, even if it feels completely awkward and you don't know how to move forward in it, which is the key, key 0, the Fool card here. It's taking a leap of faith, jumping into the unknown, and not really, you have the tools to navigate it, you're just not skilled in using them yet. But to get skilled, you got to start using it. So that's what they want you to know there. In the blessing card, they're encouraging you to have some type of spiritual practice to whoever you consider divine. And if you don't have a spiritual practice or have a spiritual tradition you follow or religion, they're saying one way that you can do it is just to revere nature in the mornings. Look out, have your tea or your coffee, looking out at whatever nature you can find. Hopefully you have some nature out your window. I know not everybody does, but nature would be best, but you could also just observe life around you early in the morning. and feel gratitude and, see love. They're saying people watch. You may need to people watch and really be like, people are just people with, all of the inner workings that I also have. So it then enables you to humanize people and relate to them on a more one-to-one, on a more intimate level, because you're like, I am you and you are me. you have all of the same, dreams, fears, anxieties, concerns. They may not be the same as mine, but you have them, right? So you are a complex being, a multi-dimensional being, just as I am. King of Clubs, divided we are sand. This is just once again, like solidifying the reminder that, we're not meant to do things alone. And you, Aquarius North Node, are definitely not meant to do things alone. So, and that may show up in everyone's life a little bit differently, right? But you as an independent person are a colorful thread in a fabric, right? And you don't have to dumb down your shine or your coloring in order to fit the cloth. But you're stronger as a cloth than as a thread. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know what I just said. I hope it made sense. I have to go back because I just, and watch this because I just say the words that they put in my mouth. All right. I'm going to pull a card from the Wisdom of the Oracle to close your reading. I'm going to pull 2 cards. Actually, they're telling me to pull 3. So you're going to get 3 cards. So right now, actually, they sent me back to use the Elemental Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. Water creation. Let me hold that up for you. That's interesting. Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. This one, Time for a Nap, number 24. Did you want something else? Because that one just like burned up my hand. No, time for a nap. All right. And I'm going to take one more. This one is from another deck by Cheryl Lee Harnish. She also made the Path of the Soul, which is the first deck I used in this reading. And we got 2 from Cheryl Lee Harnish. This is the Return of Spirit deck. So we have Rejuvenation and Love. So I got a lot of oracles to read for you. I'm just going to read directly from the guidebook. And if anything else comes up from guides or the ancestors as I'm reading, I will let you know at the end. Okay, water, creation. Flow forward with grace and confidence. Be true to your emotions. Do not allow yourself to become stagnant in your ways. Creation is your birthright. Consider what is vital to your happiness and ensure that you seek it. So I'm getting the additional kind of message that of going with the flow. You need flow. You need love. You need support. Like they're showing me the doves and joy for sure. They want to make sure that what you're doing is not for the shine and the recognition, and it's actually because your heart and soul is calling for it. Time for a nap. The essential meanings are rest, rejuvenation, and renewal, temporary non-action, and allowing dreams to arise. Okay, the oracle message. This is a time to step away and rest. Let the cares of your world go. Go into a state of non-action and allow yourself to be free of the shackles of your goals, your lists, your desires. Turning the page. Nothing is as important as rest, detachment, and neutrality. The overly busy mind can block you from inner wisdom. If you don't step back, take a seat, and rest. Be willing to let dreams surface and ideas flow through you, absent any force or conscious direction, as you observe without engagement now. Okay, so this just wants you to step back and reflect and let the divine come through you and speak. Let your heart come through to you and speak. They want you to really bask in love and let them heal you as needed. And they say it's going to, partially it's probably if you do go down this path of what they've suggested to you, it's maybe emotionally exhausting and you need to, and it'll also change a lot of the fundamental ways you act in the world. So you don't want to start building something on a foundation that is not exactly your passions and your values at this time. So they do have a lot to give you in your dreams, and just energetically around you. They're telling me they want to open up your perspective so that you see things differently, and that is going to be the impetus for a lot of change and healing in your life. Rejuvenation. The rejuvenation card is symbolically the same as the calm after a storm. When the clouds have parted and the air is fresh and crisp, you are about to move into a place of calm within your own life. This is rejuvenation of both the heart and inner spirit. Life certainly has its ups and downs. You are about to embark on the up cycle for a while. During this time, you will be able to experience a sense of ease within your life. You may even feel that for once everything is right in your world. The normal stresses of the everyday will not seem so stressful. While your life will always have its demands, it will feel easier and more manageable. You will feel strong within yourself for this upcoming period of time. During this time of ease, you will find that your sense of feeling good about your life and who you are as a person is restored. It will strengthen your feeling of connection to Source and of being supported and provided for. Somehow, the path ahead will seem clearer and easier to follow. This will also have physical benefits as well. You will experience being more in sync and in tune with your body. You may very well find that you have more energy to do things and that your body wants to be active. The harmony you feel in your life will be reflected throughout your physical expression too. Take advantage of this beautiful experience in every way you can. Being brave enough to come down here and wear that human skin suit all these years says you deserve it. Now it's time to reap the rewards and experience the joy of being a soul incarnated in human form. Okay, so this is coming in. They're telling me it has to do with the healing with intention, and after the rest, if you take the rest that you need, the rest and reflection that you need, you will come out. Don't be afraid to rest, because you need it to integrate all of this energy that's coming down to you, and you have this restored, rejuvenated sense of self. Love. Okay. It's one of my favorite cards, actually. The love card has come to you today to remind you that you are very much loved and cared for. When the road gets hard and life hurts, we often pull back in a knee-jerk reaction. We go into protection mode as a way of surviving the hurt. You are a kind, nurturing, and sensitive soul. You feel the wounds of your life and the hurts of the world deeply within your heart. This sensitivity is a part of your gift. It gives you great empathy and compassion for your fellow man. If you hide your gift away, it cannot serve you or anyone else. Spirit is lovingly calling you, asking that you begin to let down your guard, if only just a little. Spirit wants to remind you that when you close down, in an attempt to hold out the pain, you unknowingly hold out the good as well. There is a lot of love here for you and waiting for you. You just have to begin to let it in. Your love is what this world needs, and this world has much love to give you in return, if you will allow it to. Time to lower your defenses and move on from the hurts of the past. It's time to open your tender heart to the world again. Your love holds the potential to heal not only yourself, but the people of this world in a very big way. Because you have drawn this card, you may find new love coming into your life. This could be in the form of intimate relationships, but it usually points to a mutually supported friendship. Whichever it is, you will start to see the world supporting you in loving encouragement. Remember, it is those with the biggest hearts who often wound the deepest. However, they are also the ones who can heal the world through the bounty and magnitude of love they hold within. I don't know if I have to say anything else to that card. Yeah, they do want me to say something else. They want you to know that you are you're born lovable and you don't need to achieve anything to have it, right? And they would like you to sit with them so that they can give you love unconditionally, so that you have that basis to work from. And the world is more served by you just being yourself and being present than anything that you do, right? And that's it. So, Aquarius, North Node. I was about to say Leo, but that's because your Leo spirit, South Node spirit, was coming through so strong. I am so honored always to read for you, to pass on these messages for you. I'm going to thank your guides and your ancestors who came in today to give you this beautiful message, and I hope it resonated with you. If you are interested, the extended is listed below, and I'm going to do it right now, give you some tips from your divine team, what crystals and herbs and other earthly tools you can use to support you energetically during this time. So that is all for me. Take care, Aquarius North Node. I will see you next time. Take care, be well, and stay blessed. Bye for now.